Hello, 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 everybody. Just giving it a minute for it to really be live. So happy to see you guys all this Friday morning or Friday evening, wherever you're at in the world. Hey, Chaos, welcome, welcome. Oh, my goodness. We will look into that. Hey, Nikitha, if you are here. Let me see here. Hey. Well, I am glad you have been able to show up now, Liliana. Good to see you. Hey, Rakshanda. So, a happy good morning to all of you, or good evening, depending on where you're at. What a wonderful experience we're having in the world, huh? When I prepare for a reading for this session here, well, happy birthday early, Liliana. Woo! Hope you have some good plans. But as I'm preparing, I actually shuffle through all the cards and just refresh the energy. And every single stack gives me a message for my day or for the collective and all that. And it was interesting. That was either power cards or courage cards that were coming out. I mean, literally, the word courage was everywhere. And so they wanted me to talk just before we get started a little bit about fear. And one of the messages that came through to me as I was shuffling is that there are not fearful things or events. There's just things, there's just events. But there's fearful thoughts, there's fearful opinions, there's fearful beliefs that we put over those, because one of the cards that came out was the Lover's card, which is the emotional choice card. And in every moment, we either choose unconditional love or the fear world. And, when we have events that come into our lives, it is this wonderful opportunity to it's not never a test. We're not in a classroom where there's a test and we're graded and any of that, but a testing of, like, let's see how, more like an analysis, a um, evaluation of where we're at in our strength. It's almost like learning, like when you're working out or you're you know training for a marathon. It's like, okay, what's my time, how am I doing, just to check in with it. And so we have those kind of things that happen in our life. And of course, when when we go into fear, uh, the human does stupid things. And so when you see all the fearful things, not fearful things, but the things that people have put fear around and they've gone into fear, all the stuff that goes on in the world, and you see people acting in a certain way, and you're like, wow, they're not acting their norm. It's because they're in fear, they're in fight or flight. They've left their minds and they're acting out of their minds. And so what we can do when we realize, and especially if you feel like the grip in your heart start, that's usually the fight or flight getting ready to activate. We can kind of take the off ramp. Instead of staying on the fear highway, we can take deep breaths and, move off in a direction that is more loving and less fearing. Usually taking a lot of deep breaths does help us calm ourselves, helps us, our body, come out of fight or flight. It helps us return to our clear mind, where we can do loving acts, and have that type of energy instead, which I love. Sometimes in our life, I mean, a lot of us remember United States, especially 9/11, and that, sometimes there's a huge, I know in India there was a huge tsunami years ago after an earthquake that just, or in Japan when that earthquake hit and there was just devastation. Sometimes there are events that, are a reminder for us, and it's part of our journey to rattle our cage and wake us up and shake us up. to go, what is most important? I mean, we can get into bickering, and they're just showing me my head, a family bickering in a van till a semi almost sideswipes them, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it really shakes them back to what's most important. What is most important? And this, Armageddon headlines for today, um, is one of those things that just shakes us up and goes, what's most important? And what can we do about it? There's so much out of our control that's happening out in the world, but we can return back to what we can do, which is we can either add more into the fear world by fearing and not trying to move over to unconditional love, or we can counteract a lot of the fear by purposely focusing on unconditional love, filling it up within ourselves and letting it flow out to the world. And we do have that power to do so. And it's not right or wrong either way, but it's what kind of world do we want as a collective? And I really believe, and I saw a meme somewhere, I mentioned this last night when all the news started to go, crazy haywire. But, it's, one person sending out unconditional love and choosing that frequency counteracts like 700,000 individuals who are choosing a lower vibrational energy. So don't limit your belief in the power that you have to influence the whole collective energy of the world, because we can and we do. So if we take just a moment here with me, I'm just going to really bring some love in and let it expand out to the world. So if we all do that right now, it actually even multiplies. Instead of it just being 700,000, it multiplies because that love energy multiplies in exponential ways. So if you'll just, however you do it, taking a deep breath and bringing beautiful, beautiful love energy in, and we're just going to let it fill us all up and just send it out to the world in whatever way is your way. Just see the love circling, enveloping the whole planet. Just letting the love do what it's going to do, moving uh, from a place of darkness and fear, and just see darkness converting to light, converting to light. Beautiful. Wow. Whew, I got chills. All right. Thank you guys so much for allowing me that uh, platform to share that love. And we are going to get started now. I am going to start off, of course, pulling a guardian angel card as always. And thank you guys all for being here and for sharing your love. Hey, Del. Yeah, we're still here. Hey, Rakshanda. All right. So this card would not shuffle and it wants to be heard. So we will do this. Hey, Toby. uh, so I do love these cards. Let's see if I can get these. All right. I guess we're going to do them this way today. So beautiful, beautiful cards. And it is prayer. So I'll let you see that and then I'll read it. It says, Dear God, help me always to remember that this present life is but a fleeting moment within eternity. Help me always to remember that this life is but a dream. Help me always to remember that you exist within everyone and within everything. Help me always to remember that love is all there is and all else is an illusion. Boom. I love that. All right. So we will get started here. And let me just take a look. So, Nikitha, if you are still in the house, I know you entered your question a little bit before we started, but are going to jump in. And I really feel drawn to the Radiant Rider Waite. A lot of the cards today are spirit animals and the wild unknown. So today was a very earthy, grounding feeling as I was pulling the cards we're going to use for today. And Nikitha will ask, what is Yogesh's feelings for you after whatever happened between you today? And does he want to reconcile with you? So let's take a look here. Okay. I'll get the lighting here. There it goes. So first of all, you have the Six of Swords, which is about movement in thought and belief and moving from rocky waters to calmer waters. So I feel like there is a change in mindset, but he still has this um, Two of Swords here, which is all about um, undecided, kind of at this point where he's just mulling things over. He's thinking about things, but no decision has been made yet. So he's going in between his mind and his heart, his mind and his heart, his mind and his heart. Um, and so, but no decision is made yet. He's in that undecided kind of place. And that is all they have for you on that. So they're like, no, no news. It's there is movement and thought, and there's like some less uh like shaky thoughts that are in there, but still undecided. So we shall see what unfolds there. And so chaos, that is amazing. And kind of interesting at the same time, right? You're like, am I sleepwalking or was someone in my condo very early this morning? So we're going to pull a yes or no card. I do want to uh, pull from the Revelations tarot, and we'll see what they have to say about that. That is kind of weird, right? Mm. Oh, interesting. So your hall light you put it on at night, but it was turned off when you woke up. So we'll see what they have to say here. And then Rakshanda, you'll be next. Oh, great, Liliana. I'm glad you love that Libra reading. It's amazing, Spirit. I get that a lot on the weeklies and the monthlies too, where people are like, I know this was for the general, but it was like all spoke to me. And I'm like, that's what Spirit does. I love it. I love it. All right, let's take a look here. So what was going on with chaos in this light? Okay. So you've got the Lovers card here. There it goes. A little less bright on there. And you also have the Knight of Cups. So both very emotional cards. And, you know, what I'm wondering is last night, what I'm feeling is like last night was a very emotional night for you. And what I'm wondering is like, did you uh, really leave it on? Were you like, did you leave it off? Because I don't feel like there's someone there, that there's someone in the house, that, someone else was there. But they feel like it was like they're showing me big emotional waves that, sometimes it throws us off our routine. And is it possible that you didn't turn the light on? Or you turned it on and then you turned it off because you weren't really focused, and that happened? Or did you get up in the middle of the night and then turn it off out of habit? they're just showing me that it was like you're in this emotional place where you were like a fish out of water last night. So maybe that's a fish out of their bed. I'm not sure, but I'm not getting an absolute yes or no. I'm getting a no on that someone was in your house, and that I'm feeling like it was an uh, emotionally influenced experience. Now, also, um, my host that allows me to live here in her basement, um, she was laying in bed and her hall light just turned on by itself, which was like her parents and her, loved ones on the other side going, "Hey, we're here," because she was going through an emotional time as well. So, it could be, if it was, because they're telling me that too, that this could possibly have been them, someone on the other side, just letting you know, it's okay. It's okay. So I do like that for you, Chaos. All right. I'm going to continue going down here. And thank you guys all for any thumbs up that you can give my videos. I appreciate all your support. That just helps the channel, helps the videos get out to other people, spreading love and the Zen love out there and the Zen peace these days, right? So I definitely appreciate that. All right. So Rakshanda, you are next. You want to know, what does H think of you and what's going on in his life, and will you ever get married? All right, let's take a look here. Am drawn to the Wild Unknown Tarot. So let's take a look here and see what they have here. And then Michael, you will be next. Thank you guys always for your patience as I move through the list here. And if you're new to my channel and you're looking for a reading, you just have to be subscribed, and then it does let you into the chat room, and I do follow it in order. If you don't want to put your business out there with a specific question, you can just ask for a general reading and Spirit will know what you're asking. It doesn't need to be public for that. So, excuse me. All right, Rakshanda, let's see. We're going to ask first, what does H think of you? So let's ask that first. Okay, I do want those two. And then what's going on in his life that they will allow you to know. Sometimes it's none of our business, So you got 3 cards there. And then will you ever get married? So I'm assuming, that you mean to him or to them. Let me grab that card that flew out because that was the answer. All right. Cards are already flying. That Aries full moon energy. Okay. So, what does he think of you? We'll take a look here. Oh, beautiful cards. I like these. So, let me see here if I can. There we go. It's all about the lighting, right? So, you got the Chariot here, which does mean the power of choice. And you have the 4 of Pentacles here. So right now, I really feel with the Chariot, it's like this indecision, um, and because that is them choosing what thoughts and emotions they want to feel around a situation. And the 4 of Pentacles does show this stability in their outside world. So I feel like it's in this holding pattern. It just kind of feels even. It doesn't feel like anything's going up or going down within their emotions there. But oh my gosh, yeah. So he's got some stuff going on currently in his world because he's got the World card, which is about ending of major cycles and beginnings of new ones. And he has the Hanged Man too, which is all about seeing things from a different perspective. So I kind of feel like there's this. And that Chariot is normally like movement, but for me, it was like they were standing there going, "Do I want to go that way or that way? Which horse do I want to, you know, guide to turn left or right?" And they're kind of just like, and there's the stuff that's ending, and he's seeing things from this different perspective. because he also has the Two of Wands, which again usually is about where they're investing their energy, and I feel like they're just like at this point they're not undecided where they want to invest their energy. He does have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles, as you can see, is like this. It's like his worth is being challenged right now. And he's really looking at where does his sustenance come from the outside world? What does he want? Where does he want to go? It's like this meaning of life type of thing. And when you ask if you guys will be married, I do have the Tower, which represents, this change that's going to be happening here. There's going to be a significant change regarding, I really feel like his life. I feel like there's just this big moment that's coming in his life that's really going to rock his world in a it always happens for us. That's the Tower message too, that whatever comes into his life happens for him, not to him. But I feel like this um, you know change, this if something finally happens to that helps him make his choice. And let me pull a card here just to see if you guys will ever get married. Let me see here. Yeah, these weren't the ones. These just fell out of the deck. I didn't get to shuffle yet. So let me ask a quick question on that. And then I will move on to you, Michael. So thank you guys. Let's see here. So will they get married? Okay. Well, it does have the Ace of Cups here. So this does talk about new love and higher love, moving love to, a higher place. It's a gift of love. So it's either that you guys will, if not, you're going to have a higher love that will come in for you. And so regardless, like especially with that Tower coming out with that question, again, trust that whatever happens is going to happen for you. And if it's not, H that you get married to, you'll be glad, because the person that you do marry, you're going to be like, oh my God, like everything I wanted in someone, versus like, oh yeah, you have like a lot of the check marks, but it's like it would be like that for you. So they kind of have this, and again, this choice that's happening there. It feels like everyone involved in your life, in your romantic life, in your family life, and everything, you just kind of feel like you're at this pivotal point too, where you're like in a holding pattern, hanging upside down like that hanged man. And it's okay. Whenever I always say, whenever we're in a holding pattern in a relationship, it's a message to work on ourselves. Because the best thing we can do for the entire world or any relationship we're in, whether it's romantic, family, friends, is work on our own self-love. Because the more we expand our own self-love, the more we're able to truly give love to people and receive love from people. But if our little love funnel is very, very tiny, that's as much love, no matter how much love someone gives us, it'll be drip, drip. That's all we're able to receive or give. So I kind of feel like this holding pattern, it's okay, but use the holding pattern for you and for your benefit. So I like that for you. All right. So let me keep going down here. So we've got Michael. So you'll be next. Will Libra Sarah be home next week? Let's take a look here. Oh, being drawn to that little everyday tarot. So let's take a look there. And then by Warchi, you will be next. Hey, Toby. I'm not sure if I told you hi. I see you now. All right. So, Michael, will Libra Sarah be home next week? It is her season. Let's see. So, With this Six of Wands, this is about recognition, and so I kind of feel like this is her riding into town. But, there is the Seven of Swords that's popping up along with it too, which this is all about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and which of your thoughts and beliefs are, you know, um, I'm gonna say not de well, deceiving yourself, it's our own thoughts and beliefs. No one can deceive us. It's just our thoughts and beliefs that can really deceive us. People can give us, incorrect information and, tell us things that in their from their perception, but no one can deceive us. And I feel like those thoughts and those beliefs around, uh, your situation with, Libra Sarah that, you can look into and, kind of like because he was looking back, reflecting. You've already let some of that go. I mean, he has 5 swords in his hand and he's left 2 behind. So you've been working on your expectations around, Sarah and even around her return, and they're just saying, "Yeah, keep doing that, keep looking at that," because the less expectations you have around her return and with her, the freer you both will be. So I like that, um, for you. So she'll be coming round the mountain on her horse. So I like that. Very good. All right. Let me just continue scrolling down here. And so we have Bawarchi. You're going to ask, when will Aisha succeed in her career? So let's take a look here. Do pull to the right or wait? We'll take a look there. Hey, Debbie. Good morning. Good morning. Love and light to you too. Macaulay, you'll be next. And then Toby, you'll be after that. And that's as far as I've read down. We'll continue looking here. So, when will Aisha succeed in her career? Well, she does have the 9 of Cups, so, it does show that, this is a wish fulfillment card. So, it does show that they are. Any idea of when? Can you give us an idea on that? So yeah, the Hierophant here, which is about movement up, in, it can mean profession. Usually it's more, like, spiritual leadership and things like that. But she holds the key, is what I'm hearing. So it's in her hands as far as when, which, time in the upper world, they are very much, we're eternal. That time thing. Why do you guys get so consumed with when? Divine timing, haven't you heard? We're like, yeah, we hear divine timing all the time, and we don't like it. Our human wants to know dates and times and minutes and even seconds if you can. But they're saying, just trust that, wishes will be fulfilled. So she will succeed in her career. Just be patient. Just know the keys are in your hands, though, as far as timing, because if we sit on our butt and don't do anything, it's going to take longer for things to happen. But if we put activity, if we focus on, um, doing what we love and not on fear, that expands it. So always gratitude. That Two of Wands energy is always, whatever we focus on is what expands. So if we're focusing on, what we're grateful for, the career and what we want to do, then that expands and that energy helps. But if we're fearing, what if I fail? What if I fail? What if I fail? Then failure expands, because all the universe hears is fail. It like gets rid of a lot of the words in there, and our energy is towards failing. So that expands. So that is the key within your hand there. And then you also asked, will Hamza and Isha get married in the near future? So let's take a look here on that. Got 2 2 cards here. So there's the King of Cups, which is all about the emotions and mastering our emotions, and the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities coming up in the outside world. So I don't feel like when I saw these, let me see if I can get these cards better. When I these popped up, I felt like there's this delay because of new opportunities coming up in the outside world that delay things, like delay relationships. And that because that emotion, the King of Cups is a balancing heart and head. And I feel like the Page of Pentacles is about stuff coming out in the outside world. And it's like, well, it makes sense to do this and do this and do this and do this before relationship stuff. So I kind of feel like that's the energy that's coming in there for you. So I would say not in the near future. And then you want to know, will Hamza reconcile with um, Aisha in October? This is the Devil card, which is all about lessons and growth and having your, your cage rattled, and that type of thing. So I don't feel that would be a no there. I'm gonna try this here. Yay, there we go. A little better. At least no bright light on there. There we go. So, this is you showing the chains that you have around your neck, and that, um, that's what the devil card is, Capricorn energy. And it is very much so this wonderful taskmaster that rattles our cages, shows us what's keeping us chained, even our addictions and whatever is uh, binding us with fear, because that's the devil, right? Not the devil. It's like that's the fear, but it shows us our beliefs about things. It challenges our beliefs about things, and if we do the shadow work, if we do that inner work, because that really is our shadow bringing it all to us, then there's reward at the end of it that is a reward for us. So I kind of feel around this, it's, they're kind of keeping that at a distance, and they're referring you to look back into you around that. So um, that is the answers for those questions. Yeah, Liliana, I know fear can appear stronger than love, but like I said, love overweighs, fear. Perfect love casts away fear. I think that's in the Christian Bible, right? It's like the perfect love, unconditional love is greater than the fear of losing a conditional love, because when you really get it in your heart, unconditional love, you don't fear losing it, and it becomes your foundation, and then you're just like, yeah, I have everything I need inside of me. Everything else is that. You stop fearing death even because you connect to the higher realms, that unconditional love. You don't fear judgment. That's one of the fears, right? When I get before, God or whatever you believe your higher power is, are they going to be going, you could have done so much better down there. Here's your F. You got an F. You're going back down there. You're being punished. That's everything we're taught in the fear world, right? But really, it's like a party. They're just like, hey, come on in. No judgment. It's all an experience. Tell us what all your adventures down there. It's like we show giant home movies, that type of thing. All right, let me continue going on here. So, Macaulay, you are next here. You want to know, does Mode want a commitment with you? So, actually, I'm being drawn to the Wild and Unknown Tarot. So let's take a look there. And then Toby, you'll be next with your general reading. Hey, Vara Rai, you'll be after that. All right, so let's take a look here. Does mode want a commitment with you? Okay. So we have the Four of Cups here, and cups are emotions cards, but the Four of Cups represents that they are looking for a higher love. They're looking for a different love, because they have three cups that are out that they just don't have that satisfaction with. And that doesn't have anything to do with you because they're unhappy on the inside. They're searching for something that they haven't found yet, which is always, of course, our higher love. That's what the Ace of Cups that usually is being offered. But the message for this is that they are on this search for more. And it doesn't matter what people are, what's on the outside world. It's not satisfying for them. So I don't feel like they're in the commitment portion of their life because they're just still kind of, what is going on? What is going to make me happy? Type of journey in their life right now. So I would say right now, it's a no. And that doesn't mean in the future they won't, but right now they're not in that place. So that is the answer for that one. All right, let me just continue going down here. All right, I think, let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone. There it is. All right. And Rakshanda, I will get to your follow-up questions here in a moment. So Toby, you want a general reading. So let's take a look here. I am drawn to these beautiful Aboriginal spirit oracle. So let's take a look and see what they have, and then we'll pull some tarot as well. All right. So what would you like Toby to know, please? Okay. All right. So you got the relaxation card. Relax, relax. I opened right up to it too. It says, that magic word, relaxation. It seems to be the answer to most problems. It is elusive, yet worth the effort once you found it. Relaxation is a great place to be, as it is the key to your inner self in the physical, emotional, and spiritual sense. It is your connection to spirit which provides you with the opportunity to recharge and heal the physical and emotional wounds. This state of relaxation honors your body, your mind, and spirit and allows you entry into this sacred place within yourself. Are you feeling battle worn and suffering from fatigue? You have been so busy lately that you haven't had time to relax. And when those rare moments have presented themselves, you find yourself restless and looking for things to do because you're so used to occupying every second of your day. Even at night, your head is still racing with things that have to be completed tomorrow. I also suspect your sleep patterns may be disrupted as a result of your constant head chatter, only adding to your exhaustion and fatigue. You must find time for yourself before this becomes a health issue. You will find support from those close to you as they can see that you are in urgent need of time out. When you stop, you will find the much needed time to reevaluate your situation and to recharge your batteries in preparation for the next round. Awesome. If you can take a vacation, at least take a couple of days away, or a day away, or a half a day away. Time for you to do some me time, it sounds like. Even if that's just grabbing a book you want to read and getting away from everything and grabbing a cup of coffee and sit in your car in a park, wherever, I just feel like it's time for some recharge time. All right, so let's see what else. Whoa, almost lost the whole entire deck. Let's see here, Toby. What else do they want you to know? Okay, 2 cards popped up here. Yeah. Can't imagine you get the 2 of Pentacles about balancing your outer world. And the Father of Swords, which would be the King of Swords, which is all about, um, being in your mind a lot, right? So you have this beautiful Ace of Swords. I like how they have these colored and standing out because that is connecting to the capital T truths and cutting away a lot of those expectations that are driving you to exhaustion, right? All those things that you think you're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do and must do and then and I understand. I mean, trust me, I get my list, and I used to have my to-do list, and I changed it to my could-do list, and then I just prioritize things of what's important versus what's urgent, because urgent things may not necessarily be important, and some urgent things, it's just like, okay, I'm not going to do it. I don't have to do it. And then there's this peace that comes. And so it's like changing your to-do list to a could-do list uh, and have some beautiful, peaceful relaxation. Seems to be their message for you today, Toby. All right. So Vara Rai, I apologize if I've mispronounced that. Anyone want to know D's current intentions towards C? All right, let's take a look here. It's funny. There used to be this, what was it? Conversation between, this is what people used to say when people used to walk up and put their nose in people's business. They were like, this is an A and B conversation, see your way out of it. That's what came to my mind with the D's and the C's. We'll take a look here and see what they would like you to know. So what are D and C's current situation, please? What would you allow us to know? Unless you're one of those. All right. So you did have the Temperance card here, which is about patience and balance. And it's kind of like this. Usually there's this, cups that they're doing this kind of pouring back and forth. And it's this temperance, this patience. It takes time for things to unfold. It's just like go back and forth and back and forth. So it kind of feels like that kind of energy that's going around it. So D's current intention seems to be going back and forth, and it's developing, but it sure is taking a long time, right? Yeah. And there is 8 of Cups. This patience time that's going on is designed for C to leave behind the emotions that no longer serve him. So there is this movement from holding on to old emotions that is in C's highest good to um, let go of emotions, really look at what is no longer serving you emotionally and letting that go. So that is the short and sweet message for you. They're like, this is it. So there you go. So if you have additional questions, you can pop them down below. I'm going to keep going down the list here. All right. Wow. All right. Yeah, so it looks like we did ask that question. We did answer your question up above, Rikshanda. So that is good there. Yeah, Liliana, I don't see a question anywhere. That's interesting. I don't have you blocked or anything because I see your other posts. Oh, there it is. So now I see it. So let's take a look here. Would Ricardo be interested in talking to you if you reach out to him first? All right, let's take a look. We'll find out here. I'm going to use the Revelation Tarot. Okay, and then Diana. All right. So, would Ricardo be interested in talking to you if you reached out to him first? Okay. So, the first card that came out was the Justice card, which is all about the balancing, of the scales, and that Ace of Swords in there. So, um, I feel like they would uh, be open to talking with you because there's this balancing. But what they want you to know with this Eight of Swords and then with the Justice card here is that when you reach out to them, you have to let your expectations go, your previous, um, like your fears, your small t truths, the expectations of what's supposed to happen, who they're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, because that Ace of Swords is about connecting to more capital T truths rooted in unconditional love rather than all those small t truths that are binding you, making you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And that's also their feelings as well, because it moves. That's what I love about these cards. It moves from this feeling of that to being free. See, the blind is you're able to see things more clearly and not feel so restricted. And it also allows them to feel that way too. So they are open and interested in talking to you if you reach out to them first. But if you want it to go well, let go of all that, all that stuff that is kind of tying things, making things feel so restrictive around it. Instead of it, let it being free flowing and an adventure instead of a task that has to be completed. You know what I mean? All right, so we'll continue going down here. And Rikshanda, you did ask a clarifying question of your reading before I go into Diana. You know, um, they're as sincere with you as they are with themselves right now, which again, they're just like up in the air. They don't know, right? So I would just allow things to, unfold like the reading said there, and just focus on what's going on, inside you, right? Right, Diana, and did you ask? I don't see a clarifying question. Let me see. Scroll down a little bit. Nope, I don't see it there. So, Diana, if you're wanting a reading, I'm assuming it's a general reading. If not, of course, you have a specific question. Mind, spirit knows. So I'm just going to pull some cards here, and they will answer your question. So I'm going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle first, and then Gauri Puri. If I said that right, you'll be next. All right. All right. I always love little squirrels are so cute. You got the squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. So the squirrel spirit says, "You have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you've gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So relax into knowing There is always enough, and you have what it takes to co create the reality that you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you've gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for Spirit believes in you and wants you to know you have enough and are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It can, for you have everything you need right now. So that pretty much answers any question. I do want to pull from the Wild Unknown Tarot just a couple cards here for you for any clarity or hilarity. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Well, there you go. So you have the Tower, which, of course, is that something is going to be removed out of your life for you to make room for this new adventure. It's a whole new restart. There's an ending and a new beginning coming that is beautiful and brilliant for you. The Tower card, I love the example they give of, you know, if we're living in a condemned home, which has, rats and the plumbing is broke and the gas is leaking and there's leaky roof and the floor's caving in and sinking in and there's a missing wall and like, but this is my house, but I don't want to leave it. I have such great memories and it's so beautiful and I can't leave it. And so you're out working in the garden and then all of a sudden this lightning bolt comes and it burns down your house and you're like, and while you're going through it you might feel like, why is this happening to me? But then the insurance company comes and they have the construction people move all the old rubble out of the way and they build this modern, beautiful, wonderful home that's more in alignment with your life and where you're headed. And you're like, I'm glad the lightning hit my house. And so that's what I feel is unfolding for you. That is your general reading, Diana. All right, Gori, let's take a look here. And you say, why did the Libra Raul block you? What's going on? No contact. Okay. I feel like they want they want to go to Revelations. So we will switch to the Revelations Tarot. Let's see what we got going on there. All right. So what is going on? Let's get some revelations here. All right. Well, I love that we're trying to find revelations and try to find out what's going on. And so here's the High Priestess card, which is all about going, behind the scenes and within the, deep subconscious and unconscious, behind the veil, finding out the secrets. But it also is about this withdrawal. The High Priestess withdraws to go into the high temple to connect higher and to look at those things. And it's interesting that we also got the Eight of Pentacles, which is about movement up in the outside world. So I feel like both of those are about a movement and a withdrawal. Like things are changing in their outside world. They're withdrawing and focusing on this change that's going on with them. Because they have the King of Cups here, which is all about balancing heart and mind. Even in rocky waters, they have, this mental balancing that comes in. But so I just feel like they've really withdrawn to focus on their outside world. They've prioritized things in their life because of this change that's happening in their outside world. And they just only have so much energy to give and fill. And so unfortunately, um, you know, well, at least you can see it as unfortunately if you want that you're not on that list of where they want to invest their energy right now. And everything happens like a tower moment. Everything happens for us. And if they have blocked you, we don't need to know the reasons really, because if you look at that this happened for you, you don't need to worry like why it happened. You can instead turn that around and look into you and go, why would I have wanted this to happen to me? Why would I want to experience this block? What is it? What feelings is it bringing up? What is it making me want to think about and actions to take in my life? And look at it that way and go, okay, so this isn't something that's being to you where you're a victim of things that are happening in the outside world. It's all the whole world, whatever's unfolding in your life is for you, so you can look at it that way. And that's why they're not giving me a whole lot of information, because they want you to it's a mirror. You want to look at what am I learning from this? Why would I want to have had this to happen, and what am I learning through this experience? So I know it's not fun when we're going through that, but they do want us to, turn that around and uh, be in control of what you can be in control of. You can't control anyone else's actions, but you can control what you do with this beautiful opportunity and the emotions that are popping up. So, all right, we're going to keep on moving down the list here. Appreciate you. Thank you guys all for being here. And let me take a look here, Michael. You asked if that was a yes. Yes. So your question was, will Sarah be home next week? And that was a yes, that she'll be coming around the mountain. So, all right. So let me keep going down. And we are to S Sports MVM. So, what does Sahu feel about you romantically? All right. Well, let's take a look here. We'll look into the wild unknown tarot there. Liliana got some good tea. Oh, that reminds me, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here while it's still warm. Hey, Miss Lovely. I'm doing fantastic. Hope you are well. We'll be to you next. All right, let's see. What does Sahu feel about you romantically? Sports or esports? Oops, okay. Let's take a look here. So we do have 4 cards. Wow. So, well, we've got like 3 major arcana that are happening here. So, it's interesting. I mean, you got the Judgment card, which is all about connection to your higher self, and this huge double endings and double new beginnings, and the High Priestess, which is all about turning inward. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which is it's the 10. It's the endings and new beginnings and this change that's happening in your world. So, I don't feel like there is growth going to happen in that area, if you know what I mean. Because you also have the 4 of Pentacles, and I feel like this they're referring back to you, showing you that this opportunity, what's happening here, and I kind of feel like there's going to be just a drifting away of this relationship, that it's to show you that when you're defining yourself by the outside world, the 4 of Pentacles journey is about what every human goes through. We're told to look out here for our fulfillment, our wholeness, our worth, the definition of ourselves, right? And when we do that, we feel very unstable and very disappointed because, relationships, especially, people change or they pass away. So relationships are not a stable thing. situations like our jobs, our education, our social status, situations and circumstances that we get in the physical world never stay the same. That's like what they say. The only thing you can be for sure of is change, right? And then, of course, the other thing is our bodies, things, possessions, bank accounts, those things break down, deteriorate, are stolen, or burned down. So when we look at any of that in the outside world, it is this, of course, unstable world that's going. But eventually, when it happens enough, because we are a stubborn race of characters here, once we have it enough, we'll eventually turn inward into our hearts, inward and upward, and we find the unconditional love of the higher realms, which is the love that we're really looking for, right? It is this beautiful, beautiful, eternal, so very secure, very stable too, because it's unconditional. When there's no conditions for you to lose something, that's pretty stable, right? And especially with that high priestess and that judgment card, it's all pointing you inward and upward to connect to the spiritual, realms more, to find that. So I feel like with Sahu, that is any kind of relationship is kind of just stagnant and drifting away, and that's why it's for you. Like we've been talking about, today is all about the message of everything that's happening in the world is happening for us, whether it's nuclear apocalypse or um, getting something wonderful bring into our life. Whatever is happening in our environment is for us, and I feel like this is the message for you, on that esports or a sports MVM. So I know that maybe not be the answer that we were wanting today, but we always get the perfect messages. All right. So let me keep going down here. Miss Lovely, there you are. So you would like to know what is coming towards you this month in love. Dun dun dun. Kind of want to go to these Wild Unknown Tarot for that. And let's take a look and see what is going on here. Again, thank you guys all for being here and your patience as I move through the readings. I just love this. I don't know if it's because it's a really like overcast day. It's like a good day to have tea and read a book and nap, but feels very fallish here, which I love, fall and winter. So I just feel like it's like a holiday. I just feel all this love today. And you guys have a lot to do with that too, because I feel your energy just joining together and supporting one another as well. So you've got the Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. Love that. And you have the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So the Mother of Swords, is all about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. But she also has water energy. So this is the balancing of heart and mind this month for you. The Daughter of Cups is the Page of Cups, which does talk about a higher love. It does talk about a heightening, a new emotion coming in for you. But the important thing is to balance your heart and your mind. It's like allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to experience, and don't be in your head too much. They want the bottom card too, because this is normally what's unknown, and this is the High Priestess. So this is, it's important for you to take time away to yourself to connect to the higher realms. It seems to be the energy for today, even with the relationships, right? Return to yourself. Make sure you are trusting your heart, trusting your emotion, allowing yourself to feel. Get out of the mind, trust your gut, trust your heart, but definitely have alone time and spending time with the spiritual world as well. Because they definitely are looking for a beautiful time with you. Yeah. Because you do have the World card too, which is all about ending of major cycles and new beginnings coming. So I feel like really spending some time like away from things allows you to reflect on these thoughts and these beliefs and these old mindsets, because that ace of swords that the queen has, in addition to connecting to the higher truths rooted in unconditional love, allows you to cut away some of these expectations that you have around relationships and around who you are supposed to be in a relationship, who someone else is supposed to be, how you're supposed to meet someone, how it's supposed to unfold, all that supposed to, should, need to, have to, that we're all spoon fed our entire lives, right? That we have to, have, you know, we just take on as our opinions and all that. So I do love that. So I feel like there is this opportunity for new love to enter your life, but it is important for you to take time alone, connect to spirit, really question those thoughts and those beliefs. But that Ace of Cups, in addition to be connecting to the higher realms, does show that as you change this love and this awareness of who you are and your thoughts about yourself and the process, it just kind of like you let go of a lot of that, and it allows a lot of space, because they're showing me, and I love this message for my life. They, because I used to have like expectate expectations out the kazoo, and it was like, this is how life has to happen. And they're like, but you're missing all this out here and all this out here. And I'm like, no, but it has to be this way. It has to be this type of person, has to happen in this way and come to me this way. And da da da. And they're like, well, that's on back order. It's going to be 100 years. But if you open up there's some other opportunities like right outside your borders and your very, line in the sand. And I'm like, oh, and then they help me expand, and we let go of more expectations, and more opportunities and more adventures open up as we do that. So I love that for you. All right, so let me keep going down here. And we have the doll face diva. Oh, I love that. So it goes, is Julie going to cause problems? You know, I have an Aunt Julie, and the answer would be yes. If she heard me, she'd be like, ha ha, you're funny. She's a feisty Aquarius like I am. So wonderful, wonderful, big hearted person. So let's take a look here. Thank you for reminding me of my Aunt Julie. So let's take a look. Are they going to cause problems? Okay. Well, the first card that popped out is the Five of Cups. So this tells me that there's going to be opportunities to feel emotion, because this here, of course, shows three cups that are spilt, but it's wonderful revelations. And also, I want to bring in this one now that I've said that too, because you have the Seven of Cups. Here's your uh, Two of Cups, which is all about emotional choices. And then here's all the choices that you can choose from. So when you're asking, are they going to cause problems? They're going to cause situations that will bring up emotional choices. And you get to choose what you want to feel about it. Because what do they say? Um, the problem isn't that you have a problem, it's that you think you have a problem. Because it's all about our power of choice and how we look at situations. Like at the beginning of this broadcast, this live stream, I guess you call it, Spirit was talking about there are no fearful things, there are just things and events. But there's fearful thoughts, fearful opinions, fearful beliefs. And that's what there are no problems. There are just opinions of problems, thoughts of problems, beliefs of problems, but we're the ones that get to control that, and that's that power of choice. And so there's this Empress coming in here, which is a beautiful card to have after this with this going on. They're showing you that there's an opportunity for growth and for birth, of new things and creativity and expansion through the situation. So I feel like there's this empowerment that comes in because the Empress comes right before the Emperor. And the Empress you can look at as nature, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and the outside world. And when you go out into nature, you don't feel like you have pressure. It's like we usually go out into nature to get peace back and get away from all the noise and all that expectations in our head. Well, the Emperor card can represent society in that if all these thousands of people and sometimes millions of people are going to live in close proximity, we got to have some rules so people don't kill one another and we can all survive in this little place. So that's why there's so much rules in society and roles within towns and states and nations and all that. And I kind of feel like they're showing like that's an opportunity for you to feel free again with understanding that you hold the power of choice around what you want to feel through any situation. So I feel like uh, she's going to be a great catalyst to bring opportunities. Like they're bringing you this gift. Here you go. What are you going to do with this? And you get to choose. Are you going to choose old ways of like, oh my God, she's such a rah, or you're going to be like, I see what's happening here. Why is this happening for me? And I feel like this is this reflection for us all today about why, this apocalypse news, why would I want this? And it's like, wow, it really rattles my cage. I woke up this morning thinking, what if this was my last day? What do I wish I was doing with my day? I'd want to be doing this, sharing messages of love from above. But, it really helps us understand what we want in life and kind of clears away things, brings us a lot of freedom. So I love that for you. Dollface, Diva. All right. Anjali, any blessings coming to you soon? Well, let's take a look here and see what they have to say. Where do we want to go with that? I feel like they want to do an animal spirit card from the Wild Unknown series. So let's take a look here. Okay, and then April, you will be up next. So Anjali, okay, there we go. So you got the Stingray. Beautiful, beautiful card. I just love these, how they're all black and white, and then they had that in the middle. And I love this. It feels like the aligning of the chakras, right? How it's like balancing of the chakras, balancing of things. But let's see what message the Stingray brings. I just saw it. There it goes. And it says developing confidence, sense of self, or a spine. So the Stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. Say that fast 5 times. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the Stingray is too strong to ignore. When you're in balance with this energy, you're eager and you want to grow. When you're out of balance with this energy, you want to blame others and you want to quit. So to bring this energy into balance, move through the discomfort. So I know that doesn't sound like a blessing, does it? But again, everything happens for us. So it feels like, again, there's a lot of this tower energy today, right? About this movement of things. Like, here we go. Here we go. This thing is being removed out of your life, and it won't feel like a blessing at first, like when I was talking about earlier about the old home that is, condemned. It's like um, that that the condemned house gets burnt down by the lightning bolt doesn't feel like a blessing, but then when you have this beautiful new palace that's built and it's like all modernized and much more and fitting for you, you'd be like, wow. So I really feel, Anjali, that means yes, a blessing is coming, but there's this removal of something to make space for the blessing. And so at first you might not think so, but just wait, just take a deep breath and breathe through the discomfort, like it said, and you're going to have this wonderful blessing that comes in place of that. So I do love that for you. All right. April. So you are going to be moving. Okay. So how will your move go? Let's take a look. I do want some revelations. We're going to use the Revelations Tarot for this. Great, Toby. I'm glad that message. You're like, okay, I get it. Hey, Shivi, you'll be up here in just a moment. Thank you. All right. So what can you tell us about this move? Okay. Anything else? So we do have the Temperance card, which is all about balance and patience and, things balancing out. And then you have the Knight of Swords too, which swords are all about movement. And the Knight of Swords is about, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and communication, new communication, and uh, ideas and stuff. But I really feel like this for you is that it's new communication coming. There is going to be movement on your move. Just be patient. Things are balancing out. And but you will get new communication on that. And I feel like I want to pull from the bottom of the deck for the unknown that's going on here. Yeah, so it's new. This is like new journey, new beginning coming in. I almost feel like they're upgrading something. Like there's something new about your situation with the move that is not, it's for you, it's not something bad. I just feel like the delay is going to end up benefiting you and be even better than you had anticipated. So it's like it's worth the wait with that Temperance card is what I'm hearing there, April. So I know when you're moving and everything else, there's so much going on. You're like, I need answers, but I feel like, yeah, you will be getting communication, and I feel like I almost feel like, any moment now you're gonna get a phone call. Like I almost had this thing in my head of like, as soon as I said it, it's like ring ring, and you go over and they're calling or something. So, um, yeah, I feel like you're gonna get communication like really quick. All right, so let's continue moving down the list here. Thank you, Chaos, for keeping everyone updated. I really appreciate you. All right. So, Diana, you want to know, will you get a commitment for marriage from A? All right. So, let's see here. I do want to go to these Wild Unknown Tarot. And then Shivi, you will be next. Hey, Shika. I'm back. Liliana, you're funny. And then Sumia, hello. Then you'll be after that. All right. So let's take a look here, Diana. Will you get a commitment for marriage from A? Let me get clarification on this, because you have the Eight of Swords, which the Eight of Swords is about your thoughts and beliefs and this realization of what your thoughts, what your expectations are making you feel trapped and cocooned. And I kind of feel like there's this, um, a caterpillar or, larva, whatever, when they climb up to transform into something that flies, they all create a cocoon or a chrysalis to become soup. They let things go. They let old pieces of themselves go to transform into the beautiful butterfly that is able to fly and go places that the caterpillar never could go. Like they can't go across water, a stream, but a butterfly can flit and go right across it, no problem. They don't go, oh, there was water down there. They don't even see problems over there were before. So I feel like what's going on here with your questions around commitment for marriage, they're having you really look at this and to understand what's going on within you. Because you have the Chariot card here, which is about movement in your life and about your learning your power of choice, both in what you want to choose emotionally in each moment and what story you want to put around anything in each moment, which this would represent the stories that our mind puts around the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, and the musts. And I feel at the end of it all, if you do that chrysalis journey and really question those things, the 10 of Pentacles is great because the 10 of Pentacles not only shows like abundant feelings and your outside world feeling abundant, it also talks about stopping um, repetitive things through our family tree, like things that have been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And it can be expectations around, what's expected in life. Those are passed down from generation to generation. Also, what you're supposed to do in life, what kind of job, what kind of, person you're supposed to be with, all that stuff. There's so much, that is keeping this chrysalis from coming out of there because you're like, if the butterfly is like, if I get out of this cocoon, I'm going to get stabbed, and so it's decomposing and getting rid of all those old thoughts and those old beliefs that are going to help you in regards to your relationships and moving forward. Right now, it's like you're in a chrysalis, you're in this holding pattern with your fears, and I don't feel like anything's going to move forward until you do that inner reflection with that. So that is the message for them for today for you there. So let's take a look here. Shivi, you are next. Let's see. All right. So between your boyfriend and any other new love or an arranged marriage, who will be the best and right marriage partner for me? 3 options. All right. So let's take a look here and see what they have to say. They actually want me to move to the radiant wider rider. Wait, can't even like talk today. Blah 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 blah. Hey, Jasmine. We will get to you here in a couple. And then Aditi, welcome, welcome. All right. Hey, Spring. All right. So what we'll do, we'll pull like 3 different cards, and sometimes more than one card will come out. But we're going to start off here. What is for your most highest expression and experience in this life, right? What's for your highest good? We'll call it highest good, even though that can be so many things, right? But Spirit knows what we mean. So we're going to do your boyfriend first. So your current boyfriend. Okay, that's got 2 for them. Any other new love. Oh, okay, wow. Okay. And then arranged marriage, option 3. Okay. I'm going to start with option 3. the tower normally, like I've been talking about the tower a lot in today's live stream, but usually it means that something's removed out of your life for you. So maybe this arranged marriage, something, is going to happen to that other individual, and that just kind of that arranged marriage just goes. So I don't mean to laugh. It was just because it came flying out, and that's what I saw there. So I don't mean to make light of it, but it just kind of tickled my funny bone. And then any new love is the Eight of Cups. So option number two is basically um, leaving behind emotions that no longer fulfill you. And where they're headed off to is off into the Nine of Cups, right? And the Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment. It's a wish card. It's like wishes fulfilled, right? So it's a very positive card because it means that you are leaving behind emotions that don't serve you and that aren't for your highest experience. They serve their purpose for a time, but now you're ready to go in that other direction there. Yeah. Because with your current boyfriend, you've got the Page of Swords, which is about new thoughts, new communication, um, new ways of looking at things, cutting away old expectations of the way you're looking at things. And the Hermit card here does show the inner journey, and I kind of feel like that means aloneness, like um, there's, well, I kind of feel like there's new communication coming from your current boyfriend that just changes things and it really turns you inward on this inner journey. But I kind of feel like with that new communication and that Page of Swords coming in, that I kind of feel like that's going to kind of drift away too. So it's like option A and option C kind of just remove the situations to bring you into option B, which is any other new love. So that's what I'm feeling. You can see whatever energy resonates with you there. But I feel like option B is what is coming in from spirit about your situation. But I do feel like the arranged marriage is going to, that option C is going to be taken off the table without you needing to do anything. I feel like it's going to just going to, and and then the boyfriend. I feel like there's something that's changing. That you just start to change your expectations around things, and it just kind of almost feels like you are spending so much time alone, like you don't see your boyfriend as often. It just kind of things get so different in your life that you guys are like not really hanging around a whole lot, and you're just like, well, we're not really dating anymore. That's what I feel right there. So, but that's great that you have three options. I'm like, dang. All right. So let's keep going here. We already answered your question, Diana. So I'll keep going here. And Sumya. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. So angel guidance for your studies. Okay, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about your studies. I'm going to use the Revelations Tarot for that. All right. So angel guidance for your studies. What would they like you to know regarding your studies, please? Okay. So I like this for you. Of course, I say that with every reading, don't I? Because it's always going to be unfolding for us. But here's the Ace of Wands, which shows that you hold this power, this passion, this energy. I feel like you're going to have this new energized feeling towards your studies. And what I like is that you have the 8 of Pentacles here, which is all about moving up in the outside world, usually studies. It's about studying things, learning things, growing there. So with a combination of these two, I really feel like you have this new re-energized drive and excitement around your studies with that. Because you also have the Queen of Pentacles, which I feel like with this, the Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of yourself. And I almost feel like because the energy's returning, I feel like you've exhausted yourself a little bit. And with this, she's basically saying, come out into nature, get away from everything, just take some time for you to nurture yourself. And then you're going to have all this energy and this new excitement to move back toward there. Because you have the Five of Cups here. And I feel like the Five of Cups is, um, don't know if there's been some disappointments in the outside world or some emotional things that have happened that have kind of taken the wind out of your sail a little bit. And whether it's getting a grade on a paper or people acting like fools, whatever it might be, it's like it's time for you to take this little step away. And it doesn't have to be, a week's vacation or anything like that. But it is about stealing away moments. And I kind of feel like every day, even if it's like just 15 minutes in the morning or in the middle of the day or in the evening, whatever it might be, where you have this little pocket every day just for you without anything else in the world, without any responsibilities, whether it's having a little cup of tea or a cup of coffee, sitting, looking out at things that calm you, but it's getting away from everything and getting this little pocket. I really feel that this will help ground you on a regular basis. But you do they are encouraging you to do that because then you will have more energy and feel revitalized. It's not about, living on 5% battery on like your phone, right? It's like sometimes you need a full recharge and you need to recharge every day so you can be working at your optimum every day. So that's what their guidance are for you today, Sumya. All right, Jasmine, what is holding H back from you? All right, let's take a look here. I do want to use the Rider Waite, the Radiant Rider Waite. Let's take a look here. And then Aditi, you'll be up next. Spring, you said hello, but I didn't read it all, and you've already taken off, probably. Have a great weekend, wherever you are. Hey, Ben, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, and you absolutely can. And Ben, if you have a specific question that you'd like, you can pop it down below. Otherwise, I'll just give you a general reading, which Spirit knows what you want. But if you do have a specific question you want, you can pop it down in there. So you're cold to dig chaos, huh? I lived in Texas, San Antonio, Texas for 16 years after living here and some other places. I love Colorado's my home though. And I still say I'm still cooling down from living in Texas. No offense to Texas. I'm just a winter baby. So I love coolness and cold. All right, Jasmine, I'll focus. So what's holding H back from you? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look here. So the first card that came flying out is the Nine of Pentacles. And I feel like what they're saying here has to do with this isn't them. It's like spirit, your soul, your life purpose, your what is going on in your life is what is keeping them back from you, because this is the goal. for you to find your wholeness and your completeness and your worth from the inside, because the 9 is the hermit card in the standard, in the major arcana of the tarot, which is all about your inner journey. And that they have this lantern that's your higher self, that's a star that brightens it up and it helps guide you on your path and where you're going. And they are taking you on your path to your inner fulfillment, your inner wholeness, and your inner completeness, because you also have the 5 of Pentacles, which is, when we feel like we're out in the cold and, we're abandoned and we're, wounded and all this, and like no one's helping us. um this 5 is the number of change of our worth and how we're looking at where does our sustenance come from, where do we get what I need for each day. And when we depend upon mankind and these human characters out here, this is how we feel abandoned, we feel wounded, we feel like, where did everyone go? Why won't anyone help me? I need love, I need food, I need that's what these people are saying. But you have the 5 of Pentacles back here, which is the change of realizing that it's not humankind that brings us our sustenance, connects us to the higher realms. It says that we find our wholeness and our completeness through that source, and that the humans are only the delivery company that brings us what we're searching for. Sometimes we don't even get it through the humans. It comes directly from source, from creator, from that. Because you also have the 3 of Pentacles, which is all about living your authentic self, being you, you creating what you want in the world. You have these other 2 people on here. One is the person that we're, or people that we're afraid of disappointing, and the naysayers that are always telling us who we're not being and we could do stuff better, and judgment, judgment, judgment that's coming from the outside. And the other one is someone who's in our corner that is supporting us, that's saying, you're wonderful, you're great, I'm so happy for the stuff that you do, and da da da. But you ever thought of doing it this way? And we don't want to lose their praise and have them join that other group. So we kind of alter our life, and we do things differently than we normally would, that we want to do. And I feel like there's this big journey that you're on here about finding your worth and finding that, because you also have the 7 of Swords, which these represent your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets. And I love the way they have these, because it's like you've already left 2 swords behind, you know, and you're moving forward in your thinking. You are questioning your expectations and your thoughts and your beliefs about life, about yourself, about others, about events, how things are supposed to unfold, should, need to, have to, must. All those words tell us that it's an expectation that's going on. And I mean, you've got 3, 5, 7, 9. I'm just going to put these up here like this, because when you look at the odd numbers in tarot, especially in the minor arcana, there we go. So you've got the 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 7, 9. And what that represents, if you think of even numbers as evenly balanced, so, like, especially like a 6, you have 3 on each side. There's this wonderful flowing passageway in the middle, which means there's movement, there's flow, we're moving on and things. And then when there's an odd number, it's like, boom, something right there in the middle that's blocking us, that is in our face, and we can't get around it. And it's something that we are being drawn to look at. So I feel like um, that things are being held back, like the H is being held back from you for you, which is all everything I've been saying today. I know, but all of this has to do with you finding your true authentic self, free of all those expectations and those thoughts and beliefs of who you're supposed to be and should be and need to be, and what is supposed to make you feel whole and complete and loved. And it's like this right in your face that it's being brought there for you to look at, because it's going to free you. Once that's gone, there's this beautiful, beautiful flow in your life, where you are truly will get what you truly want, not what you're thinking that you want, what you've been told you're supposed to want. So I do love that for you. Um, so I'm going to leave you with that right there. All right. Let me keep going down here. Sorry, I jumped ahead here. All right. So Aditi, you are next general reading for what's coming toward you. And I do want to go to these Aborigine Spirit Oracle for you. So let's take a look and see what they have for you. Great. Thank you, Ben. I see your specific question there. So you will be next after Aditi. Hey, Jasmine. So I'm just saying hi to you now. I'm just getting down the list here. Okay. You will be there after Ben there. All right. So Aditi, general reading for what's coming towards you. Let's take a look here. What would you like Aditi to know, please? All right. Let's do this one right here. Wow, return to country. It kind of goes there. It goes a little bit. There it goes. And let's take a look and see what this is about for you. And it says, returning to country is when Aboriginal people return to where they were born and where their family's spiritual links are. It is often a wondrous event filled with joy, love, and friendship from family. However, for those who return to a country in which they have had limited or no connection, it can be a difficult journey to undertake. Return to country is a journey that exceeds the limits of time and is a spiritual journey returning our people to their dreaming. And the message for the card is it's time to look backward and search for who you are. It's a time to explore and to challenge your history. It can at times be painful. However, trust in the universe that it is your time to reclaim who you are and redefine your identity. Issues that have affected you in the past have shaped who you are today. Sometimes we change our outlook on life by looking back, seeing things for what they were, and valuing the lesson and wisdom we have learnt because of our experiences. It is time to let go of the power that past events have on you and embrace the future that only you can now control. Wow. Boom. A very empowering message there. I love that for you, Aditi. Let's see what else they want to add to that. All right. Okay. Boom. Nope, none of those. Okay. Those and that one. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. So the first one that popped out. Wow. Boom. And this is so perfect for the message that you just got to, because not only this is brightness, shining bright, shining light on your life and even into the cobwebs and the crevices. But here's your inner child, and it is about revisiting your inner child, which this was talking about looking back over your past, understanding and kind of looking over at your past and your memories in a different way with more power as you look back. Yeah, because here's the Seven of Swords. Looking back as you look and question your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about you and your life. So definitely right in tune with that message. And Three of Wands. So as you're doing this and as you're looking back on, you know, who you are and recognizing your power and releasing the power that some things in your past have still had over you. With that new information, you make a change in your life. You change direction. You change course on where you were going to head. You kind of alter and go off in a slightly different direction than you were going to be going before. So I do like that. Yeah, because you have new opportunities then that do open up in your outside world for you, and you step through and go through that journey instead. So um, I like that message for you. Very, very clear. So I do love that for you, because the sun, card appearing there just means it is so worth it. They want to make sure you are aware of it. You're like, I don't want to go back and do that and look at that. But it's like it frees you, it releases you. It's like taking a big pebble that's been just hurting every time you walk on your right foot. It releases that pebble, and you're like, I can run. It doesn't hurt. And so I really feel what a wonderful, beautiful message for you there. All right. So let me keep on going down the list here. Hope that resonates there for you. If you have additional questions, you can pop them down below. I'm going to keep going down the list here. And then, Ben, you did ask if Alicia, the Libra, what their feelings towards you are and her next action towards you. Okay, let's take a look. I do want to go to the Wild Unknown Tarot. Let's take a look. And then Jasmine, hello, hello. You will be next. It's your birthday today. Well, happy birthday. May your next rotation around the sun be more full of unconditional love and joy and peace that you can handle. All right. So, Ben, let's take a look here and see. What are this Alicia Libra? What are their feelings towards you? Okay. And then what are her actions next? Okay. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune here for her feelings towards you, which is about a change. There's been a change of feelings, and it is the card of endings and new beginnings too, of things that are changing. Let's see what the actions were that popped up here. Yeah. So you do have the Three of Swords, which is the disappointment card. It's the heartbreak card. So I really feel like this change, there's this ending, that our feelings are, going in the different direction than you expected. But I do like that for you, though, because you do have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So it's, like this ending and this new beginning happens, but it ends up benefiting you, and ends up bringing you what you really want, because you do have the Ace of Swords here. So you do have this power in your hands to cut away your old expectations, and you can, cut away, this. You can free your heart and free yourself from that pain by really understanding, where's the fear in that? Because the heartbreak that comes in, our heart cannot be broken. We have a very powerful heart. What makes our heart feel like it's breaking is when our physical heart goes into fight or flight mode. When we go into fight or flight mode, it's like someone goes blah and scares you, and you're like, and we have that. And the heartbreak, it feels like, well, it hurts. It's still hurting because we're looping a fear about our lovability that keeps looping and looping and looping and looping and looping until something distracts us and we forgot our heartbreak. And then we remember, that's right, we're not together. Loop, de loop, de loop. I'm never going to find love again. There's something wrong with me because they didn't choose me. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever the fears are that keep going in circles, they're showing that you can break that. You can connect higher to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, and use this to cut away those expectations and those old thoughts and those beliefs about who you are and who you're supposed to be and who someone else is supposed to be and where you're supposed to find love from and what do those actions mean about me. It's really looking into those fears and understanding those as we dig deeper into that. So you know I know it's not what you may have wanted to unfold, and my heart goes out to all of us. I mean, I had a heartbreak, the feelings of heartbreak. I know I felt like someone took that sword and stuck it through my heart and kept doing it over and over again. But eventually we are pushed to that point and being disappointed in the outside world that we do connect to a different place to find love within ourselves. So just know that it wish fulfillment, it helps you really have emotional fulfillment. It helps you get there. So have faith, have hope, hang in there. Right, Ben, I'm going to move on to the next one here. All right, Jasmine, so you are the birthday soul for today. Sorry, I couldn't even think for a moment. Can't do too many things all at once. And hey, Linda, you will be next after Jasmine's birthday reading, her general reading for today. What would Spirit like you to know? And I'm really drawn to the Spirit Animal Oracle. So let's take a look here. See what they would like you to know. And on, I have a playlist that is like seasonal readings, which for each month I do put out I put out a Libra season video, which I pick a card where you have 1, 2, 3, but there's a special birthday reading for all Libras at the end of that. So if you haven't checked that out, Jasmine, check that out too. All right, so what would they like you to know for your birthday today? What would you like them to know? Okay. Love it. You got the bee spirit. And the 7th, your birth date. Sweet results await. Ah, what a good birthday message. Excuse me. So it says the bee spirit's message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you're willing to get your ego out of the way and immerse yourself in the connected energy of all things. The bee spirit knows not to let a sense of being a separate self get in the way of a good thing. Spirit is always producing honey. Miracles and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating and buzzing in exquisite harmony with all. Bee Spirit asks that your focus be on connectivity. Your body, your heart, your soul, and psyche experience total interconnectedness and a true integration when you self forget, when you remember that you are a part of a greater unified consciousness. Moving from separation into connection, from self centered limitation to spirit centered infinite possibility and potential, you become busy as a bee, enjoying the gifts of bee spirit. Fully in alignment with your highest expression of yourself, your heart opens and creativity rushes through you seemingly without effort as you experience that nothing feels like work. Industriousness is driven by enthusiasm and inner motivation, and the time seems to fly by quickly as the hive supports you in the making of honey. Do you feel the presence of your helpers in the hidden realms, adding their energy to your creations? Magical results are taking form and will be sweeter than you expect. Bee Spirit wants you to remember that your part in the divine partnership with the conscious universe is being rewarded, even if you can't see that yet. And they ask that you share your good fortune as there is plenty of honey for all. Be a part of the larger whole, the force that brings forth all that is sweet and delightful. Wow. I love that. So you're not alone. You're part of such a huge family. You're a beautiful drop in a giant sea of drops of unconditional love. Wonderful things coming your way. Just try not to feel so separate. If you've been kind of holding yourself at a distance, they're encouraging you to connect with those that are of your like self, of your energy, and just allow yourself to be vulnerable and open to belonging to a special group. So I love that for you, Jasmine. Happy birthday. All right, so we'll move on to the next one here. We've got Linda. What can you do about your codependent relationships? Okay, let's take a look here. Actually, I'm being drawn to the Revelations Tarot for you. Let's see what advice that they have for you. Hey, Shivi. Hey, hey. Great, April. Glad that message resonated. Hey, the Gemini. We'll answer that question here in a moment. Hey, Bob. Hello, hello. And we will answer your question as well. All right. So, Linda, what can you do about codependent relationships? Let's see what Spirit recommends. Okay. What else, please? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Thought for sure we're going to get the Six of Pentacles, which is my codependency awareness card. So we will put these together here. I love, I'm going to start off with this beautiful Page of Swords cards, because this is about new thoughts, new beliefs, new mindsets. You have the Ace of Swords here in your hand, which allows you to really understand more about who you are and, what truths are, those rooted in unconditional love, instead of all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've, been inundated with all our lives. Because being a recovering enabler in codependent relationships, I went through a wonderful journey of understanding codependency. And one of the big things with that Ace of Swords is we learn where back in our past we have this belief that we're not good enough to be around anyone, or that people wouldn't want us unless we're able to give them something. And then the amount we were taught somewhere in our lives about, like, you had to fight for attention, you had to fight to feel loved when we're younger. And it's like your exchange rate is that, well, I have to do something extreme, like I have to do 100 of something to get one back. And that's a really poor exchange rate, right? And so we are in this place where, of course, we give and we give and we give until we're exhausted. And then we give and we give and we give till we're resentful. And it doesn't fare well for people when we're exhausted and resentful. But I love that you also have the Eight of Cups coming in, which is about leaving behind the old emotions that no longer serve you. You are moving on to the Nine of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment, and you're moving in those directions. You also have the Six of Wands here, which is about a switch in your where you're looking for recognition. Instead of looking to be recognized by individuals on the outside, we're getting disappointed enough, especially with you asking this question. I feel like you're to the point of you're ready to turn inward and find your wholeness and your completeness, because you also have the Five of Wands, which is you're tired of conflict. You're tired of these feelings of fear, like everyone is battling to win the same love, the same attention. It just feels like it's an endless battle. But the Five of Wands is a wonderful card of change because we move from feeling like um, our actions and everything are out of fear and survival to one that's we're all here helping one another, and it's this motivation and intention of love. Out of love we're helping each other through these experiences. So with all this combined together and just asking what you can do about codependent relationships, it's really getting to the root of where you are basing your worth on, and revisiting and going back and looking at, you know where you define yourself. A lot of the, when you go into a codependent relationship, you start off sometimes as adult to adult, but it quickly becomes parent, to child, where you're the parent and they're the child, and you give and you don't let them give back to you. But it all comes down to we feel we have to do all this and we don't allow people to give to us because of how we feel about ourselves, like our worth. What am I worthy of? I'm not worth, receiving from someone. So I end up being an overgiver, and I don't allow someone to give back to me. And that everyone loves to be able to give. And if we don't let them give to us, then they go give somewhere else. Either they become workaholics, or they, go to the gym all the time, or they have friends, hobbies, or affairs. They'll give wherever they feel like they can feel like they're worth something. But when we don't allow them to give to us and we overgive to them, then that's what happens in those types of relationships. So understanding our part in the codependent relationship. I know with me, I'm like, why did they cheat on me? Why did they do this? Why did they treat me this way? Why did they that? And I'm like, oh, well, after so many of them and learning, I was like, oh, yeah, I made them feel like they were worthless in our relationship because I wouldn't let them do anything. I was the one that was, you know, mothering them, fathering them, and so they were like, no, thank you. Um, and I love every single one of them because they're all mirrors reflecting back to us how we feel about ourselves until we see it. And I feel like that's where you're at, is looking into how you feel about yourself. Where do you have your worth set? And, look into those. Great books that help me. The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. Amazing book. Also, recent book that I read that helps you get into more your inner child and understanding what's going on there in the subconscious, because a lot of that, of course, isn't like, well, if I knew it I would just, transform it. But there's so much under the subconscious. It's the presence process by Michael Brown, another amazing, brilliant. If those resonate, you can check those out. Also, I went to counseling, going to having someone listen that that they're not going to judge you because that's their job. That can help too. But hang in there, Linda. You've got this. You're at this precipice of just opening up to a whole new world, and I love that for you. All right. Hang in there. Hang in there. I'm going to continue going down the list here. All right. So, the Gemini. So, did T see the text messages you sent him last night? Let's take a look here. I'm going to pull from the Radiant Rider Waite on that. All right. So, let's take a look here. Did they? Okay. So, we do have the Seven of Pentacles here. And the Justice card. So, it's interesting because when I saw this card here, It's like they saw it, right? So that is like, okay. But this is also the patience card. They're like the last thing that grows on a tree is fruit. So it's like be patient with responses. Um, because the justice card here, this is all about balancing, things out, understanding things from both sides. You have the Ace of Swords there, which also is about getting into understanding our expectations and our stories that we're applying to things. So they're kind of today give not just giving an answer. They're like, which they normally quite a bit will go, and this is why this is happening for you. So it's like you're this patience, understanding what are your fears, what's this thought and belief that's underlying things, what's behind this question they're having you just take a look at that and understand that because you have the power to free yourself from so much because of that supposed to, that should, that need to, that have to. And that does allow things to free up because I feel like there's this um, the hesitancy in them responding right away is that they are not wanting to have this, you know, someone sitting on a throne judging them for, whatever they are deciding in the moment, kind of thing. That they're just like, you know what, I just right now I saw it. I'm going to get back to them tomorrow. It's that kind of energy around it. So I don't know what the situation is, but that's what they're, that kind of energy that they're bringing with that. So Gemini, Gemini, in your mind, Gemini. I know I'm a Aquarius sun. I understand. We're always here analyzing, figuring things. So little freedom from that, balancing the heart and the mind sometimes too, right? All right, Gemini. All right, Bob, we are up to you here. Let me just scroll down a little bit here. All right. And you want to know love advice for the upcoming months. What would Spirit like you to know around love, love, love? And we'll switch to the Wild Unknown Tarot for that. And then Shivi, you will be next. Okay. Bob, advice, advice, advice. Okay. So your first card is the Father of Cups, which would be the King of Cups in the Standard Tarot. And this is about one, they offer you the Ace of Cups, which is all about connecting to this unconditional love from the upper world. And it is also a card of balancing both heart and mind because the king rules over cups, over water, but all the kings also have a portion of air, which is thought and belief and mind and all the mentalness. And so there is this card about balancing your heart and your mind that's coming in. And justice coming in. I swear, I think the justice card has come up almost every single love reading I've done today, which is the balancing out of again, heart and mind, upper and lower. And here's the Ace of Swords, like I was just talking about, which is the, understanding higher truths and cutting away expectations we have. And then since we're talking about love, it's like expectations around love, about who someone is supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, what a relationship is supposed to be, and having some freedom that comes in with that. Yeah. Because you do have the Mother of Wands here, which would be the Queen of Wands in the Standard Tarot, which is about you hold a lot of energy in your own hands, a lot of fire. You're able to you walk into a room and people just recognize you and they feel your energy when you go into a room. Um, I love that they have a rattlesnake on here. because it is this energy of you can bring up a room with your energy or bring down a room with your energy. We can never, control anyone else's emotional choices. But when it comes in, it's like you can influence, you can make it a harder or an easier choice for people to choose happiness. And because you have this really strong direction of your energy. So, um, also, she's very intuitive. And so I kind of feel like there's this connection here because she usually has a black cat, which your black cat appeared on the Justice card. So, and with that Ace of Cups on that King offering it, it's like connecting more and more and more to a higher place, a higher love is an important part of this for you. Yeah. So you have the Chariot card coming in, which is all the power of choice that they're bringing in here. So I really feel balance is a huge piece, balancing in your mental choices and your emotional choices. Because every moment is either a choice of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, both in the stories we apply to any situation and the emotions that we want to feel as we go through a situation. So they're having like this, the advice for love is really getting a hold of this power of choice on what you want to see in each moment is what you're going to see. And they have like this movement in the energy that you're putting out with this power, with this realization of this power, with this connection to this power, and with the practice of this power. It's like you're realizing that uh, you will draw a different type of people to you when you're choosing unconditional love than you will when you're choosing the fear of losing conditional love. Obviously, it's like whatever energy we're putting out there is what we draw to us and what we expand. And so this power of choice is coming in pretty fast. Yeah. And then think the Seven of the Seven of Swords has come up like 50 times during this stream as well, which is all about understanding your thoughts and your beliefs that are deceiving yourself. And so definitely this Justice card with this Ace of Swords of really figuring out what you believe about your lovability, what about what is a relationship supposed to be. It's like there's a lot of these restrictions that are there that you're cutting away that are allowing you to free up and be more free, be more who you are, right? Especially since the Chariot is also the card number 7 and 7. So there's these choices that are coming in with that. But you have a lot of power over this. Um, and I kind of feel like a big message for today is, whenever we're in kind of a holding period and we're in this growth spurt, it's really about focusing on our self love and understanding our whole idea around things because it just changes the world around us because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And as we change on the inside, then the world will go like, how long has this world been here? And it's been there all along, which is we didn't see it because we were seeing the world as we were instead of how it actually is going on out there. So I feel like they're having this, you're having this big, Bob evolution that's going on that's just going to spark some great things. They are wanting you just to look at that for today. um, they're not given any predictions about people coming in and all that because they want to let go of those expectations of timing and uh, just being able to go with the flow and being in love with yourself and then being in love with life. And that brings in loving people around you. So I like that for you. All right, Shivi, you are up next here. And I am going to need to cut off here in a bit. I've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go for about another 15 minutes. And if I don't get to you before I end, I will be back at 7 p.m. Mountain Time this evening, as well as 11 a.m. tomorrow, Mountain, 5 p.m. on Instagram tomorrow, and 7 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. Uh, Saturday night, and also on Sunday, a couple hours, but I won't give you all that. So if I miss you, you know, thank you so much for being here, but I don't want to wear myself out too much because I go on quite a bit over the weekend. So if I don't catch you on today's, this morning's, then I can catch you this evening or tomorrow. Okay. So Shivi, what will be the sun zodiac sign of the new love who will be the best marriage partner and what year? Okay, well, we'll see what they have to offer here. I'm going to pull from the Wild Unknown Tarot and let's take a look and see what they are willing to let you know. All right, so what sign? Okay, well, so you got the star, which would be Aquarius. It's very, very strongly Aquarius energy. Um, can also be, related an air sign, but they have it's an Aquarius sun by what they're saying there. I mean, that's what that card is. So, and let's see if they'll let you know. Will you meet them this year? Will they meet them next year? Or the year after? Okay. So you got the Mother of Cups for this year, which this does not mean that you'd meet them. This means that um, this is about you nurturing yourself. It's about you getting in tune with you, your heart, your emotions. But you do have the Son of Pentacles, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. And that would, when I asked this for next year, it's the slow moving, it's the season, it's the external season. So, because the next year I go, "Will you meet him that year?" And this is 8 of Cups. This is leaving behind emotions that don't serve you. So that would not be a yes for that year. So, it would be next year is when you will be meeting, the Aquarian there. And I do see you asked several other questions, Shivi, but because I'm getting low on time, I'm going to ask that if you don't mind coming back for those at another time. So I just want to give everyone else a chance to get some more readings here before I'm probably going to be bowing out here in about 15 minutes, maybe. So I appreciate your patience with that. They gave you a little bit, though. They gave you some really fast, clear answers with that one. All right. So Sumya, thank you, thank you. You're very welcome. And then we have Rena. You want to know, did TJ feel and think? What do they think for you at this time? Is it mutual? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have to say here. All right, so how does TJ feel? Okay. And is it mutual? So you have the Page of Pentacles here, which the Page of Pentacles is about, opportunities in the outside world opening up. And you got the Strength card here too. And I kind of feel with the combination of these two together, it's almost like the lion and the lamb, right? Because you also have the Daughter of Cups. So now you have the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. So it feels like this is very new, like new opportunities and stuff coming in. Um, and especially with the rose in their mouth here, I do feel like there's interest there, but uh, you know, with two daughter cups on here too, which is two feminine energies. kind of feel like he's torn between the two, and not that he's on the hunt, but and I almost feel like there's this kind of roamingness, because when I saw the lion card, I saw a lion walking, through the tall grass of the Serengeti, and that they're on this, it's like a search, and they're not like zeroing in on any particular person right now. I just feel like they're just out there romancing, but not uh, being romantic, if that makes sense. So I kind of feel like when you're asking if it's mutual, sometimes, you know what I mean? It's like it depends on, I don't want to say out of sight, out of mind. I just feel like they're just like whatever is in their contact in the moment is who they're paying attention to, and they're not like committing and zeroing in. They're just kind of roaming right now. So uh, that is what they have for you right now, Rena. Sorry that they didn't, uh, give you that super, super clear message, but I think it is kind of what you were looking for is like, okay, it's not, as mutual, because I kind of feel like you give your heart very fully, very quickly, and that's okay, you know, uh, as long as you're okay with if it's not reciprocated right away, because I feel like you are a triathlon heart runner. You can give so much and move so quickly and move fast and do so much, and people have a hard time keeping up with you. And I kind of feel like that's why you're like a cheetah in the Serengeti and he's a lion. You can go Psh, and then he's like, I can't keep up with you, I'm just going to continue to walk here. And so he's kind of in that kind of place. That's interesting. All right. So, Devanshi Mishra, the current feeling of Arjun Gupta, are they thinking of contacting you and do they miss you? Let's take a look here. I'm going to use this Radiant White Tarot here. All right. So, what are their current feelings of Arjun? Okay. And are they thinking of contacting you? And do they miss you? So the current feelings of Arjun towards you, there is movement. He has King of Cups here, so this is kind of the romantic, you know, uh, King of Cups, and the Empress is about this nurturing. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, abundance, harvest. So there is this, romantic type of energy, of emotion. But when you ask, will he contact you and does he miss you? I feel like there, this is for me right now. It's this wishy-washiness. It's like he goes back and forth. Do I want to contact? Do I want to contact? Do I want to contact? Are you on my mind? Sometimes off and on and off and on. Because the Nine of Wands, I really feel like this is them. They are they got a head injury, but not really. But they're going through a lot of mental stuff in their life, because the Nine of Wands is all about their energy, and the nine is about inwardness. And I feel like he's turned inward, looking at his own life, looking at where he's investing stuff. It's like his energy is invested in himself right now, and so he goes back and forth, whether to contact you. And I don't feel like I don't feel like he's a really mental person, because of that bandage on his head really stood out to me. He's probably maybe an air sign because I know how it is. We we uh we tend not to miss people. We're all in the moment, we're all in the thought, we're all in these things. But but the contacting you, he's like, yeah, okay, okay. But then he gets distracted. He's spending a lot of time on himself right here. So, yeah, I don't feel like he's gonna contact you quickly, but he does think of contacting you. But just has a lot going on in his own life. There's a lot of that energy that's just pointing back to themselves. So that's what they have for you right now, Devansha Mishra. Sorry if I mispronounced that. All right, let me keep going down here. Just want to try to get to as many as I can right now. I do want to give you the messages, though. I don't want to rush through them, so I apologize if I didn't get to you this time around. And I think Rena, Priyashi, you like a marriage life prediction. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know around your marriage life. And then I should be able to get to you, Rena. Hey, Creative Arts. All right. So for Priyanshi, what would you like them to know about their married life, please? Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So you got the Sun card. Boom. So definitely the Sun card is about, your marriage life. I'm not sure if you're married yet or not. I don't feel like you are. I feel like there's telling you that you have bright light shining upon your marriage journey. And you have the Eight of Pentacles, which does show that in the near future there is going to be upgrades and movement up in your outside world. That you've been doing a lot of work, you've been doing a lot of um, understanding of what you want and who you are, and a lot of sorting out and cleaning up of things in your life. I feel like you've been getting rid of a lot of clutter, both of people and situations and things. And it's like you've been doing just it's almost like spring cleaning. And it's been refreshing you inside and changing a lot of your energy. So I do feel in the near future there is going to be some changes in the outside world that are coming up. And the bright sun shows definitely great promise for that. I don't feel like, if you're not married yet, which I don't think you are, that it's not going to be something like, it's like the next step is happening in the outside world. It's like you're making movement and it's changing things, but have hope. That sun shows that it's worth the wait, and that things are definitely in their movement there. Yeah. Because you have the emperor that's here, showing it, which is about really gaining this, wonderful control over your outside world. And I feel like there is someone uh, that is coming that represents like this emperor. Not sure if that is like, I kind of feel like almost like it's your a father figure in your life, though. That's not the romantic person that's coming in. This is like the next steps. The upgrade has to do in relationship with a father figure in your life. It just helps with this movement forward for you, and it does make you happy. So I do like that for you. All right. So Rena, we will move on to you next here. You can go. Will you be able to get free from your current relationship from that person? Okay, well, let's take a look here. They do want to go into the radiant rider weight. All right. So will you break free? Will you break free? Okay. Okay, so we got 3 cards here. So I feel like this represents where you feel you are right now. And I love this card for you because this does tell you that you hold the power in this. It's your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own mindsets that are keeping you feeling trapped. And bound and blinded by all of this, because you do have also the 3 of Pentacles, which talks about you being authentic to yourself, and that you making choices, you living you, instead of trying to who you're going to disappoint, who you are fearing letting go and letting down, and who um, are you not wanting to lose their support and appreciation, or that support from. So it is this turning to you, for you to choose and stay to your authentic path, be the authentic you, and really understand what fears are keeping you in there, because you do have the Judgment card here, which is double endings, double new beginnings, which is you realizing you're so much more than the human, that you are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. And your higher self is calling you to this new beginning, this new awakening, the calling of your life to be you, and not try to fit in with everyone's expectations of who you were supposed to be and should be and need to be in those actions. It's like, what do you want? And that you are able to find a way, especially with you realizing your power, right? Because you're keeping yourself in this situation. They could walk away. They could, move up against that and undo their bounds and then take off their blind and then walk away. It's like, um, you hold the power with your thoughts and beliefs on what you can do in the situation. So, um, if you are unsure of what you can do and how you can do it, that higher self calling you to that higher place is really what I feel is in there. So they definitely want you to connect higher. If you need advice, if you need direction, if you need answers, look inward and upward, and ask them to show you the way out. How can I get out of this? And they will reveal it to you, because you hold a lot more power in the situation than your mindsets are allowing you to believe there. So, best of luck. Hang in there. Um, and I'm positive that you will find your way free. So you guys hang in there. All right. Oh my gosh, there's so many more people, and my heart goes out to you. I would be on here 24 hours a day if I had the energy and the power, but um, Spirit did, check me and say, "Don't burn yourself out. You're no good to anyone else if you're sick." So I do need to make sure I balance how much time I spend in each session. And I've been on for 2.5 hours, so I thank you so much for understanding. I know you do. I will be back here tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Again, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Mountain, and then Instagram, 5 p.m., and back on YouTube at 8 p.m. Mountain as well. So if I wasn't able to get to you now, my apologies, and hopefully I will get to see you on another session coming up. Please know that every second of every day that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Special thank you to Chaos for helping everyone in the chat room. I thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And I'll be seeing you soon. In the meantime, you guys hang in there and you take care. Right. You guys take care.